All right. Hey guys, I am excited to be telling you today about why I love freelancing in Salesforce so much. It provides you so many opportunities that's not available in any other career path. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the potential. So I have courses and I have ebooks showing you how to go down this route, but I want you to see what that entire journey will look like. So, right now, if you're starting out, you have your first certification, or maybe you don't even have a certification. You're thinking about, is this the right career path for me? What does that normally look like? Okay, so if we're going to go through the traditional route, yes, you're going to get your certification, and then if I can type, and then what you're going to do is you're going to start applying for job after job. Okay, which that's just part of it. And I'm not poo pooing the traditional career path. Okay, there's a lot of great benefits on top of benefits. I mean, you can have insurance, you can have a steady paycheck, you don't have to worry about where your next job is going to be coming from. It's consistent, but to get that initial job, that's the hardest thing. And the reason it's so hard is when you start applying for these jobs, what they're going to be looking for and asking is, what is your experience? And it kind of comes up with that age-old question of, how do you get experience if you don't already have experience? And that's really why I think freelancing is a great place to start. But freelancing isn't the place to stop either. So what we like to do is we're going to go to some place like upwork.com or maybe freelancer.com. And these are great sites to find your first few clients. Just put that there. Okay. And your only goal is to get your first paying client. I don't want to volunteer my time because, number one, my time is valuable. And number two, the people you work with view you differently. They don't value as much. And that's not to put down volunteer work, but this is a great way to validate if freelancing is for you. So the first goal is to get that first dollar. And it can be anything. I mean, it doesn't have to be a crazy amount. So again, I talk about getting your first paid gig on Upwork in my ebook. I'll link to that. But this is where we're going to start. Now, as you get experience and you get jobs, that's going to give you more ammo, and it's going to give you the experience that you need to be applying for these jobs. And what I really like about freelancing is when you're selling yourself to a client, they don't really care about the certifications. They care more about, hey, can you get the job done at a decent price? And so really that's it. If you can explain to them, and there's lots of ways to go about this, but give them the confidence that you know how to do the job at a great price, and they won't care if you have the certification or not. So when you get that first job, that's going to really kind of open up a new mindset for you, because then you'll really know that you can make money as a Salesforce freelancer. And at that point, what I like to say is that you're not a freelancer. At that point, you're an independent consultant. And this might seem a little familiar for some of you, because there's a Salesforce trainer for everyone out there who I respect, actually. And he actually says the same thing, is freelancing is a great way to get that experience. And we'll start calling ourselves independent consultants, Salesforce consultants. So that's going to open up more opportunities for you. And I think a lot of that comes from your own mindset. And you can still continue getting jobs through Upwork. The work is there. You can branch out to freelancer.com. You can do both platforms. You can also utilize sites like Fiverr and make a channel that way. Start building out your LinkedIn profile, creating just a simple website, and then reaching out to companies that have open positions that they're hiring on Indeed. You can talk them into hiring you as an independent consultant, because for the employer, there's tons of benefits for going with that route. So you can find more clients. You can become your own independent consultant and really have your own freedom, and you can charge higher rates. You're going to get more money as an independent consultant. And then here's the really cool thing. And you're going to think that this is a crazy leap, and maybe you're thinking that's just a, head in the clouds, pie in the sky step to imagine. But once you're your own independent consultant, you can actually hire someone and become your own firm, your own consulting firm. And what does that look like? I mean, you're going to have to pay employees, hire them, get business insurance, business license, set up an LLC. No, not necessarily. Because remember, we're getting work on Upwork.com and Freelancer.com. We have clients who are hiring us. We can also hire people to work for us. So if you end up enjoying running the projects, managing the projects, finding clients, wanting to actually be a business owner, you can become that business owner with so little risk. The biggest risk for you is going to be finding the right people, and you're going to be able to get a sense of that when you talk to someone. You're going to be able to know if they're BSing you or not, and then they come and work alongside you. And you can even hire people who know more than you about Salesforce. So you're going to be able to do even more things, pick up even more jobs that you wouldn't necessarily be able to do before. And throughout this entire journey, if for whatever reason you decide that it's not for you, you hate being your own boss, you hate the uncertainty of it, then look at this. I mean, all along the way, you're picking up valuable experience. And again, that goes back to experience for job applications. And right here, again, we don't need to get that certification, but you're going to pick up enough knowledge here that you're going to start knowing Salesforce inside and out. And I'm someone who learns by doing. Trailhead is an amazing resource. I can't believe that Salesforce gives it away for free. I mean, they really do provide all the resources you need, but I'm someone who needs that hands-on experience. And while super badges are great, there's still a ton of real-world examples that they can't replicate. Like, what are you going to do when you're working with a client who doesn't really know how to articulate what they need? Well, through this route, you're going to learn and develop that skill, which is also going to help you up here on the traditional job path. And this is something that when you fill out a resume, send in your resume, have an interview with someone, you can tell them about your experiences, about what did you do in the situation when a client was telling you one thing and it didn't make sense, really. You could easily figure out what they wanted to technically implement, and you could have easily done it, but you decide to push back so that you got the story behind the request, and you were able to come up with a better solution that made the client happier in the end. You were working with multiple clients at once. You had different Salesforce organizations, so you had to quickly learn the ins and outs of each one and keep them straight. You're documenting everything so that you can keep it straight. And also, employers, they love documentation, or really anybody. Anyone should love documentation. It's crazy that there are so many out there who don't do it, because that's a necessity, really. So all this to say is that you're going to be able to really set yourself apart from someone who has just gotten their first certification. Or shoot, maybe they even have 3 certifications because they haven't been able to get that first job. So they keep studying, they keep developing their skills. And just to touch base on this, certifications are great. We need them. They're valuable. But during the freelancing route, it is not a necessity. And also, what really sets you apart in the job interview is your actual skill sets and your real hands-on experience. All right, guys, if you're interested at all in the freelancing side of Salesforce, check out my ebook on getting your first freelance job. So I look forward to answering any questions that you have. Feel free to shoot me a message, and I look forward to hearing your progress on this journey.